It's morning, and that means it's time for Rotten Mornings. The best way to start your morning off rotten.
Good rotten morning to you there, Matt.
Good rotten morning to you there, Scott.
Hey, I just want to say this really quickly for people who are tuning in, Brandy. This is our 20th episode.
Hey, awesome.
It's kind of a milestone, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think our 19th one was a milestone.
I think that the third through all of them were milestones.
We're really shocked, as you guys probably are also shocked that this is even a...
Yeah, we're shocked that we've been able to keep ourselves on a moderate schedule and literally have only failed on one single series and one time releasing.
If you guys can guess what that is,
Good luck.
and let us know in the comments. We'll
and just
include
go
that.
film them also, so we don't have to.
No, we can totally. If you guys tell us in the comments, we can totally call you out in the next episode for being the one person who cares.
Yes, and thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. Brandy is excluded. So, yes. Brandy's like, oh, something's going wrong. I'm just going to be in the kitchen.
You do realize that Brandy is going to start like just talking to herself when she listens to these. She's on them every once in a while.
Yeah. I think that's really what should be the case.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that when everybody listens to this, they say things like, these fucking assholes are idiots.
Do you say it?
Yes.
I know I say it.
So that's 3. That's like our whole base.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. It's nice to have a fan base of like-minded individuals. Everyone's going, well, I'm listening. Don't know why. Not good. And these guys are idiots.
These guys are idiots.
What stupid crap are they going to say today?
That's hopefully what they come here for.
Yeah. Yeah. And guys, if we've said something that's not correct, if we've made a mistake, you guys think that we've made a mistake, just know that we throw in mistakes all the time just to see if you guys will catch them.
Yep, that's it. Hey guys, here's a much easier thing to do. If you happen to ever hear us say something that's true, call us out for that. It'll be a lot less calling out going on.
That's true. That is the sad reality we live in.
So don't quote us on that is all we're saying. That's the new name. That's the underscore subtitle of this whole entire podcast. Don't quote us on that.
Yeah, because we don't like people who quote.
No.
That is a very old Matt joke. If you guys have been around,
very
Matt
old
made that
Matt
joke. Yeah, and right now he's really going, is that a Matt joke?
Yeah.
That's how long
I told that joke? Holy crap. Oh, it used to be funny. Oh, that's the 97 thing you were talking about.
Your joke was, and don't quote us on this because we hate people who quote things. I don't know why that stuck with me. Yeah.
That was a good one.
I've actually written down all your really good jokes in the back of a gas receipt.
the corner square of a Post-it note.
Yeah, and it's looking pretty lonely. Not gonna lie.
You're right.
It's looking pretty lonely. It's
funny that you say that, considering we're about to talk about.
Oh, what are we about to talk about?
Well, we're going to say what you saw yesterday.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about... Dude, I haven't slept.
Yeah, that's fair.
What we're talking about.
That's fair.
I probably will not sleep until mid-November, so
It sounds like a hoot. You're like a groundhog or something.
I don't know what that reference is, but I agree with you.
I want you to try to kill yourself.
Okay, so what did we see on yesterday?
Well, yesterday we had a very good Mournings with all three of us on there talking about drain diamonds.
I think we were talking about Dream. What was it? Dream Demings?
Drain diamonds.
Golly. So we did have a good episode. I enjoyed it.
Yes, I enjoyed it too. I thought it was very good.
Then what else did we have?
After that, we had our review, the 2020 review for Nightmare at 3008.
Guys, I cannot express this enough, and I know Matt feels the same way. Go see this haunt.
Yeah, definitely go see this haunt.
There's so many reasons that I am enamored with Nightmare at 3008, and I think the big one is the big two for me is it's super they're being very mindful to make guests feel safe.
Yes, and stuff. They also have this great way of serving different clientele, all the way from kids to people with special needs to the more hardcore of the haunt expectors,
Yeah. And the other thing is that it is just it's probably the most metal haunt you can go to in the state.
Definitely. Until I find one more metal, I will contend to that point.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I leave exhausted. You guys left exhausted.
Oh God, so exhausted.
That's a blast, man. That is a blast. So if you guys haven't checked out the review, it's up on the Facebook page. Go check it out. Enjoyed watching that yesterday, and go check out that haunt for sure.
Yes, definitely go check out that haunt.
What else did we see yesterday?
After that, we had my episode. No. We had the trailer for the Greenville Haunted Firehouse.
Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. It's awesome.
Yeah. And that's it's probably going to be the oddball in that this is a haunt that's not open.
They're not open this year. That's why it says 2021. Y'all pay attention to that.
Yeah, don't say, hey, this looks cool, and then go out there and be like, this is the shortest line I've been in.
Yeah, it might be spooky out there right now, actually.
I will guarantee that it is spooky out there right now. When I was there in broad daylight, I'm like, okay, going through a haunt in broad daylight, but I'm the only person in here. Yeah, it's way worse than I thought it would be. I feel creeps on me.
I got the creeps.
I got the creeps on me. Cool. And so what else did we see?
After that was my episode 19 of ROTN Strips.
Oh, I like how you tried to roll an R and it sounded like you tumbled down a hill an R. Rotten Strips.
Rotten.
That's a fun episode.
Yes, it was quite fun to make.
And we've introduced a new character.
Yes, have we now?
And if you guys were watching it, we had this new character introduced who teased us that we would see him more, and then said, "You'll never see me in a video again." Not even nary a time. So
you know what that means, right?
You guys know what that means, right? He will be appearing in a Dolls versus Teddy Bears episode, also being in hell. It's a friend of yours. Do you know who it is? Is it who I think it is? Yeah, it's old Mustard Nose.
Oh, good one, Mustard Nose. That's what we're calling him.
That's what I called him.
Okay, well then, Mustard Nose it is.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, man, I eat a lot of hot dogs. So I'm like, that guy looks like he just sniffed a wiener. Okay, so did we have anything else? That was it, right?
No, you had
nope. That's later today.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you should just post it tomorrow.
No, I'll post it today.
Oh, I get it because of, oh, crap. Never mind then. Nah, I guess that's a
Okay.
teaser. Teaser.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, if I was speaking over him and you didn't hear it, he said the ants video, which I'm not really sure what it is, but hopefully I'll get that filmed here soon.
Yeah, ants video. Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. I think there's a like a surgery that you can get that removed. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what do we have to look forward to today?
Let's see.
So what were you saying? What's coming up today?
Today we will have the new episode of We Are Not Alone, which is episode 7, which is a really good episode.
Haven't they all been really good episodes?
This one I particularly like because I got this from a guy out in Pittsburgh that has his own character, and it just was like a fluke. And he just really tells stories really well, so it worked perfect.
Cool. That's really cool. There's the thing that just kind of happens when somebody is enamored with a story that happened to them, and they're able to tell it in such a captivating way. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, it's so good. It is so good. I would easily say it's probably one of my favorite ones out of them that I put together because of how much kind of detail I put into it.
Cool. What else we got coming up?
And then after that, we have our newest episode of Rotten Strips.
Oh, yeah.
Episode number 20.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think that would be special because, I mean, this is a special Rotten Mornings. You'd think that would also be a special Rotten Strips because it's the 20th one, right?
That's wild. Like, what's special about this morning?
Well, I mean, we're both here.
Yeah, but Brandy's not. If anything, this has gone downhill.
So, I did an episode. Right after that, I did an episode with you. And then right after that, all 3 of us did an episode. And now today, we're on 2 of us. And then tomorrow, I won't be here. I'm just working myself out of these.
A boy can dream.
A boinkin' dream.
Boykin dream.
I've had a few boinkin' dreams. If you know,
just boykin dream.
Oh, sorry, no. Cool. So that's it, right? We've covered everything.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Hey, did you guys want us to keep talking or?
Nope. Nope. They said no.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe one of them would say speak up and say yes. Do you? Are your assistants in the room with you?
What?
Your assistants, are they in the room with you?
No.
Oh, okay. If you guys don't know, me and Matt take turns with the Rotten Strips episodes. I usually do my episode by myself, and then Matt usually has a crew of about 50 people, and he has like 2 personal assistants.
52, 32.
How many hot dogs? It was so weird when I said that. Like, old Mustard Nose just appeared and said, "I'm sniffing one of them."
You're really not going to let that mustard nose thing go, are you?
You know what? I'm not the only one, and I'm not the only one. Fun stuff.
Hope someday Mustard Nose will join us.
Oh no! Oh no! I hope he doesn't join us. I don't need him. We're sniffed. Guys, we're done. This is the whole episode. That's it. We're not doing anything else. Yeah, we're not doing anything else except for like the supernatural section, which is coming up after the break. If you're joining us for that, we'll see you over there. And if not, have a rotten morning.
Have a rotten morning.
It's a clay creature vaguely in the shape of a man, crafted originally to protect a village from being attacked. Today we're talking about the Golem. I've decided to do the entire supernatural section using this accent.
La Hoyam!
Yes. Oh, and how appropriate. Oh, Matt, our topic today is the Golem.
Hey, I love Jewish culture. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, she's too fat. She's too fat. She's too fat for me. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one.
Ah, I think that's cancel culture, which is what I've just done to you. This is an interesting story because of, I guess, of all the like mythology and urban legends out there. Not a lot of them come from specific religions, and this is one that kind of did.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you guys are familiar with the story of the Golem, a Jewish priest creates a golem, which is just a kind of a man-shaped pile of clay, and animates it, and then the golem can kind of do his bidding until he releases it, and it returns to just clay.
Was there some sort of I kind of remember, like, they make it and then they have to insert some, like, Nazi gold in it or something like that?
It wasn't Nazi gold. I think that was done in a film or something, but they did have to have, like, a name. I think Emet was the one of the big first names that was added on to it.
That wasn't the Japanese one that had the golem in it, was it?
There may be a Japanese golem story, but I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, yes, you are. You gave me your VHS copy of it. It's like Daljamon or something like that.
Oh, yes. Yes. I know, I remember. VHS copy. Guys, if you don't know what a VHS copy is,
turn this podcast off.
Yeah, I don't know how you both know what a VHS copy is and also what a podcast is. Easy there, time traveler.
Whee!
So, yeah, that was the Golem. That was a Golem.
That was definitely a Golem. Same kind of story, but it was like feudal Japan Golem.
Yeah. So the
Dajamon or something.
Yeah, Dajimon. We're getting really close to an actual sounding word. The other thing was that there is stories that, like, the first Golem created is, like, still around in Poland, like, hanging out.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like in a, not a warehouse, but like in a shed or something like that, and they don't want, like, that to be released because, like, well, if the Nazis had gotten a hold to it, or, you know, any of these people could have weaponized it, because it really was just, it would do your bidding. That really brings up an interesting point. Are you familiar with the play Rossum's Universal Robots?
Do not think so, no.
That was a Capek Brothers play, which is a fantastic play, but that play is where the word robot came from. It's the first use of it, and it came from robota, which was the Czech word for slave. So robot was slave, and Golem here, in a sense, is kind of a slave. Like, it just does what its master does.
I think it's interesting how it's, like, permeated culture, and, like, you've got, like, the Golem in Minecraft, you've got the Golem in so many different other, you know, RPGs or fantasy games, and, like, it wasn't just kind of a dude made out of clay that was just badass. Like, it wasn't like a giant stone castle man. It was just a dude, right?
Yeah, it was, and like, it really didn't have, like, super well formed. Biblically, I think there's a reference to a golem in Psalms, and it was like, I mean, if you go, like, Judeo-Christian mythos, and we won't deep dive into that too much, but if Adam was created from clay into man, the golem was something that was created from clay but was unfinished.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that is. So, it wasn't like the depiction is always like a brick character, and I think that's kind of a illustrator's choice there.
Yeah, and is the Golem not similar to the oh goodness, not just the story of Frankenstein, but also the story of the Tower of Babel, because it was a religious thing.
I'm not sure that the Golem and the Tower of Babel have any connections, but they very easily could have. Yeah.
Well, let me lead you on my line of thinking.
Okay.
Man tried to build a tower to reach the gods. Man tried to create life. God struck them down.
Oh, yeah. So that did happen in the Tower of Babel, according to those stories. But apparently, the Jewish belief of creating a golem was not a sinful act or against God. Like, God lets you make golems.
And yet, the very first Golem was that the Golem kills its maker in the whole Jewish community.
No, that, like I said, that was the golem that's still around. Like, the golem was created to protect a village, and then protects the village, and then he stops giving it orders.
Yeah, but the Golem, the silent film, the first film with ever a Golem.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize. I wasn't following your train of thought. Yeah. That the film version of that was a Frankensteinian kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and it was like, you play God. Well, you're not, so it always will bite you in the ass because you are not God, therefore you cannot control life. Even if you can make life, you cannot control life.
Yeah. Guys, you guys see the recurring theme? Man is the worst monster.
Worst monster. That's what
Man is the worst monster. I think that they should be there should be haunted houses, and when you go in them, it's just men.
I think it is. I think it normally is men.
Oh. But that's not okay.
What?
That's fair.
I mean,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, you guys heard it here first, folks. If you go in a haunted house, it's full of
Just
men. Hallelujah. It's haunted men.
Haunted men. Hallelujah.
For heaven's sakes.
Now we know it's not just men in haunted houses, of course. Some of our actors are of the female variety and work the haunt. So that was just a little hilarious joke of mine. Yeah.
Just throw a joke out there. We've got a lot of men in there, and we have female men in there. It's not a big deal. So I did want to talk a little bit about depictions in modern media of golems or of clay monsters, which is kind of the golem. Even though the golem came from a religious story, I think we talk about artist liberties, whatever. Clayface was kind of a golem.
Yeah.
And to that effect, so was the Sandman.
Yes. Yeah, I could see that.
Not as controlled as like the Golem and not as brainless, but it was the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like, they're two different things, but if they were one thing, then they would be neither of those things, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Smart Hulk. Well, I mean, I kind of said that off the cuff, Smart Hulk, but Hulk was kind of mindless. Well, he wasn't controlled though, was he?
Not really.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something that is kind of a mindless thing that is summoned like that. And aside from automatons,
TikTok
robots,
from Return to Oz, wasn't he a golem?
Ooh, that could be one.
Because he was steam powered,
and
he had to have the thing put in him and him cranked up to work.
Yeah, it's so weird, man. Just thinking about this story, this man takes material from the earth and fashions it into a human-esque being, gives it commands. It follows those commands without a conscience or anything like that, and he can turn it on and turn it off. How is that not sci-fi?
Yeah,
That's a robot story, man.
definitely. What about like Metropolis too?
Yeah,
Isn't the
absolutely.
head of Metropolis just basically a golem?
I guess it could be seen that way. I guess as far as film goes, my mind went to what was the Stephen King one? My Deadly Friend?
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
It was the I don't know if it was his girlfriend or whatever, but like he built robots and then she died, so he like put robot parts in her and she came back.
I don't recall that.
It was an obscure one. But it was that whole thing, like, I'm just making this and it's it just takes commands, you know.
Hey, isn't the story of the gingerbread man the same as a golem? Pinocchio is a golem.
Pinocchio was, yeah. They're so hard to say. It's so hard to get out of because like, did Pinocchio have a conscience or not?
After a while, that was what made him a real boy. But it was like the whole point was, I don't have a conscience. I'm an automaton, so I'm going to search out how to find a conscience. And he never found a conscience. He grew a conscience through his trip to find one.
Okay. Yeah. I wonder if a golem could do that.
But like I said, the fucking gingerbread man, right? That's a golem too, right?
Mm-hmm. I think probably the gingerbread man more so than Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Yeah. And probably this the Jewish priest who created the golem only had clay, and if he had had gingerbread, this story would have already wrote itself.
Yeah. Yeah, the Nazis have one of you on their team and you just nobble him down.
Dude, what if like so I don't know, a towering mass of human like shaped monster that would scare me.
Yes.
And especially if it doesn't have a mind of its own. We were talking about Frankenstein a couple of podcasts ago, and how Frankenstein was just really like a childish mind. He was just trying to figure out the world, but he was just so incredibly strong that he tore up stuff, right? But this, someone could say, hey, break his neck off, and that's it.
Yeah. True.
It's so weird when we're having these conversations. Every sentence or so springboards into an image of something. Like for some reason, I just thought about the Evangelion, the Eva unit.
Oh yeah,
because they didn't have minds of their own, to my knowledge.
Yes,
right?
they did.
They were just
100%.
Did they originally?
The Evas are just angels
those?
captured in armor.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're not even just armor, like, because they break out of their armor eventually, and they realize that they never were putting them into machines. They were literally sticking them into the back of monsters.
Yeah, that's right. There's a new movie or something coming out about that I'm hesitantly looking forward to.
Well, there's a new Evangelion coming out, and they've never really ended that right. So they tried a bazillion times, and it never works. So I don't know why they still fiddle with it.
Yeah, I think the new one, people were like kind of getting up in arms because it was like 3 to 6 hours long.
Well,
yeah, but I've never seen any series of anything have so many final episodes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially considering that they did that whole weird popular Pornhub thing at the end of one of the endings, and it was like, what the hell is even going on right now?
We don't even know what's happening right now. So, can you think of anything else that would be a golem?
I mean, I'm sure there's tons of stuff. What about Chucky?
Yeah, Again, that was a thing that had a conscience, though.
Yeah, but it was powered by supernatural things. I guess that doesn't really work.
Yeah, I see where you were going with it, though. Like, it's an animated thing that it itself isn't animated. Like the demon or the ghost of the guy possessing it was controlling it, but it was more inside of it than external.
Yeah.
I don't know. It gets confusing. It gets complicated. Do you think there's any validity
to a
that?
golem? I mean, they sure as hell think so. It's definitely been recorded in the annals of history, as it were.
Yeah. So that's.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the Torah talks about golems.
Right. Yes.
So
it does. And like we were talking about earlier, the Old Testament has golem in it, you know, or mentions of the golem. So there are definitely historical and religious texts that allude to this thing, and we don't know if that's allegory or metaphor or what, but kind of interesting because we don't see a lot of that.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Well, I don't know, man. I feel like we've covered it.
I agree. Well. I mean, for my limited knowledge of golems, I completely agree.
Now, I sent you, I had ordered them from Amazon. I sent you 36 books and a 4-hour documentary to watch.
Oh, see, I was confused. I thought that was Kindling because you had mentioned something about having a Kindle. So I just burnt all that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. And not unexpected. Yeah. I set my expectations low. Guys, if you're listening to this podcast, you also have low expectations.
You set your expectations low. That's neat. I haven't had expectations in years.
Expectations? We don't need no expectations. All right, guys. We're babbling. It's my fault. I'm going I hope you guys have a
rotten morning, guys.
Stay